Welcome to the simpliHOM podcast, where we educate, inspire, and entertain real estate entrepreneurs seeking a casual and practical podcast. We're here to simplify your life and business.
You can find growth anywhere. And as long as you have an open mind and take those opportunities to learn, then you're going to grow from it.
The easiest thing too is just always being in your zone of genius. What you are passionate about and are good at.
The mindset shift is drastic when you're thinking of I am this person as opposed to I want to become or one day I will be is huge.
I feel like a lot of real estate companies have been putting a focus on themselves, basically. Recently, we've been putting it on the agents, and that's when our socials have been doing the best. It's become really personal, and we've gotten a lot more traction. All right. Hey, guys, and welcome back to the simpliHOM podcast. I'm Sara Wyley Armstrong, and I'm going to be hosting for today.
No, from now on.
Oh, from now on.
From now on.
From now
Breaking
on.
news.
Welcome back to our channel.
Yeah.
Little alarm bells
it.
going off. Yes. Hey, guys. I'm going to be hosting from now on. I'm Sara Wyley Armstrong, and I am joined here today with Sean Miku, our fierce leader, Kyle Mann, the man, the myth, the legend, and...
Whoa, that was fire.
Okay, to be fair,
Is it
he
because
was leading us for weeks, so...
Wow. Okay.
I thought it was because my last name's Mann.
It was a great play on words. She nailed it.
Yes.
Regardless.
And lastly,
Touche.
we're here with Brett Ratkowski. And I said it right this time.
Yeah.
And I didn't call him Rat. So today we're just going to be
And
kind
Grant.
Oh, yes. Grant over
We
there.
love
on
our
the ones.
Grant.
Say what's
On
up.
the ones and
Say what's up,
twos.
Grant. Give us a noise. Oh, still? It's been like 18 podcasts.
God.
Eventually, we'll get a noise for Grant. So today...
And we're getting
gonna
a Grant cam.
Grant Cam, yeah.
Coming soon.
Grant.
We're going to be doing a fun one today. And so, for me, a fun one is just topics to where we're kind of building our team building. That's fun.
Team building.
So the first topic we're going to go with is the red pill, blue pill. And so this theory is kind of where with the red pill, you choose to restart your life at age 6 with all the knowledge you have now. And then for the blue pill, it's 10 million in cash. So I'm going to
As
go.
rough as 6 was for me, because I got hit by a car when I
Yeah.
was 6,
What?
I'm going back to 6. Red pill.
Whoa, we didn't even get it. That was
Yeah.
quick.
What?
We didn't
Oh,
even ask a
decision
question.
Yeah. Oh, well, you
Sean
already
didn't
know my
even want to
decision.
know what I had to ask.
Yeah.
Oh, what was the question? I thought it was
I
red
wanna-
pill, blue pill.
I mean, you're picking the pill, obviously, but I want to know
Red.
why. I don't want just I'm going with red. give me the meat of it. Sean's like, I don't do this team building stuff.
Oh, man.
Team. There's no I in team.
Right.
But there is in
there's a me.
simpliHOM.
Oh. yeah.
There's 2 of them. Yeah, red pill all day. Because it's $10 million is like $5, so it would be a lot better for us to go back with the knowledge I've got. And I think with the knowledge I've gained over the last 32 and a half years, but specifically the last 10 years, I could easily create millions by the time I turned 18, which was the first goal that I missed 12 years ago.
It's because he didn't know what you know now.
14 years ago. Yeah, exactly. And I could still get everything that I love in my life back because I know like what decisions I would make in each moment to get to what outcome. Like,
Every single moment.
yeah. Do you know how powerful it'd be to like walk into any situation and be like, yeah, I know how this ends. Like I already know. I know my relationship with this person is going to go this direction. It's going to end with this
But it's
result.
not, though.
Why not?
Because your relationship formed on the basis of not
Then
knowing those
even
things.
better.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think red pill.
Yep.
All right, well, give
Oh.
it to us.
Oh, I was just
Oh.
agreeing with
I mean,
him.
we got
Like,
team
yep,
red pill
okay.
right now.
I was about to say, I didn't let Sean.
Oh no!
You're red pill?
I just missed on camera.
You're on the team red pill?
No.
Why are you pointing? You don't even let me answer.
Because you are.
How do you know?
Because you've already said it.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
But I want to hear why you're clearly not red pill.
I'm not red pill. No.
Okay, so let's go into why blue pill.
Well, how's that working out for you?
Yeah.
Great. Fantastic.
Oh.
Yeah, I think so. There's a couple different things. One, I've always been under the belief that I am happy with the person I am today, and it's only because of what I went through. I am the person I am today because of what I went through.
But what if you went through the same things? You just had more knowledge.
You wouldn't. Butterfly effect. Would not. You make one decision.
But you have
one decision
step on the
differently.
damn butterfly.
You're entire. Then you're dead. But I think it's you can't. You won't have the same life. You won't have the same relationship with your parents. You won't have the same relationship with your siblings. Everything changes. So it's no longer the life you knew. And I think that would be infuriating. I think too that any relationship you had at that point would not be genuine. It would be like, I know how this ends. So you come across as a jerk. Like, I already know how this goes. I already know. Like, nobody would want to be around you. Nobody, like, I think, yes, you would be able to make more money, but you would be a lonely person.
I disagree.
I don't know. I think pride would kick in.
Because couldn't you make the same, like, all right, we have children.
Yeah.
And, like, I can't imagine life without my children. Right? Like, and when you're a parent, I'm looking at you because they don't know.
Yeah.
When you're a parent.
Definitely don't know.
You almost get like this amnesia. Grant, does this happen to you? You get like an amnesia
Let's get you a
where
mic.
you literally can't remember what life was like before you had a kid. Right?
Mine's like 10 months old, too.
Yeah.
I can't remember 10 months ago.
It is fresh.
And I think it's a byproduct of lack of sleep, but
Self-defense mechanism, yeah.
your body's like, you don't want to remember. It was great. No, but like, you know, I look at it and I go, the most important thing to me is my kids. I would for sure want my same kids.
You wouldn't, though.
you don't know that. You don't know that.
Because
because you know how amazing life is with your kids. So you know what gets you to your kids. So you would know how to get back to what you got to get to them.
You would have to execute every single step in your life the same way in order to get to the same result you have now. There's infinite
get drunk and answer a MySpace message. It was really hard. I'm just kidding.
He's just not getting drunk this time. He's just
I
answering.
thought you said you
messages.
could remember life before kids. No, I fully believe that it would completely change you in your life. And the thing is, if you can say that you're happy today, the chances are if you redo your life, there is a chance that your life would be terrible. You're taking a chance that, okay, I'm rolling dice that, yeah, I might have more money, but I could hate my life. Mm-hmm. And I think for me, I think that the money is not worth as much as who I like, everything that I've gone through to get to where I am philosophically, ideologically, like the way that I think. I don't know. And
Let me throw this on you.
Yeah.
Because you just made a point that contradicts your choice.
Okay.
You just said I wouldn't pick you didn't say it verbatim like this, but you insinuated that you wouldn't pick the red pill because the money wouldn't make you happier or it would change you or you have that chance.
I see what he's saying.
But you picked the money.
I picked the money with the person I am today.
But you still picked the money.
Person.
But you still picked the money.
Well, because you have to pick the money.
I don't think in this situation he's saying like.
No, that's
he's not emphasizing the money. I think he's.
But he did emphasize the money.
No,
for sure.
I said I would not take the red pill. So obviously,
Brett
the
is either
other
right or
option is a
wrong.
blue.
No, but you look. Can we play it back? What he said?
That's not a thing. We don't have that thing.
We can play it back in editing. Rewind.
No, but
you did. He did.
I get it. The extra money you could make from starting all of these things earlier, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knowing that
Things that he
Google
knew
was going to
he
go
was-
public.
Yeah. I'm just going back. I'm throwing an idea out there that
Yeah.
but
in
it
your
also
argument you
touches
said
into
that.
how Sean said that $10 million is like $5. Like in the grand scheme
With
of
inflation, it is.
For
the
me-
way our government
that's
has
what I'm-
inflated everything.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's not. I agree with Kyle. I'm team blue pill because I don't know. I just feel like pride would get in the way. Like there are things that
Okay.
I would embarrassing moments that I would choose not to do, but things that came of those, the way
the
they
growth that
grew
you
me,
had. Yeah.
the way they changed me.
Okay, so what are the
You know how frustrating to be
what
a
are the
6-year-old
things-
who knows more than everyone around
And
you.
I
You know how
think-
infuriating that is?
liberating that would be?
No, dude, because then nobody's going to respect you. You're a little 6-year-old. Like, how are you going to tell me what to do?
No, but if you
'Cause I
already
already know the
know that
outcome.
that's how it's going to be, then why couldn't you just downplay that you know it?
Then why do it?
Yeah.
Because why wouldn't you do it?
I think,
First of all right, one of my biggest fears is dying. So if I could go back to
I'm seeing your decision now. You're
I've got-
extending the
I've
inevitable.
got 28 more
Then
years.
you will never-
Or math. 26 more years. Woo. Edit, please. So I've got
Told you editing's a thing.
So I've got 26 more years. But then I also would have saved 10 years of heartache that went into getting here.
And built you to who you are today.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying, Sean. You would be a completely different person if you didn't go through those things.
But like, you could still get to the things that you love in your life, like your kids. Like, you could still get to your kids.
Yeah, but I don't think you were going to work as hard.
Scientifically, it's not.
I don't think so. If you
and
knew
scientifically, it's not.
Well,
possible.
nobody's gone back in time in science, so they don't know what the hell they're talking about in that part.
But they
of
already
science
know,
either.
like, the time of day matters. Like the I'm not going to get into the anatomy of
Geeking out
how
real
you
quick.
actually
Go.
make.
Get it.
Dude,
Get it.
Get it.
the CDC guidelines
The
worked
reason
out.
why that your kids look, sound, and have the personalities that they have today is because you decided to have sex at one point at a very specific time, and one specific sperm reached that egg. That's how. The amount of variables that go into that, like, you cannot.
Well, I'm not going to
replicate
go
that.
into the math here.
It's not.
But never mind.
It can all change. It can all change.
You're not this. I'm definitely not this. It could.
But
could.
it also couldn't.
But
Probably like 99% chance of being different.
But the $10 million could also change you too.
Yeah, but I have the wisdom today to be able to take 10 million.
But have you ever had
But
$10
have you
million?
had 10 million?
Have I had 10 million?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. So
then
you?
we don't know how it changes.
No.
Okay, but
that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm
But that's why I
saying.
said it could.
But it's
Yeah.
like, you don't know how it changes.
I'm not
until
saying
you
it
have
will. I said
But
it
I have a
could.
greater chance of knowing how 10 million will change me today because I know who I am today.
But you have that knowledge then too.
I think that
Okay,
you become
so-
a different person if you have to live another 20 years.
Yeah. Well, and I
And
also
so- Or
think,
just a 6-year-old body.
really well educated
Educated.
person.
yeah.
I could have run for president at 22.
Yep.
You can't.
So
you're right.
clearly, I'm arguing, but I'm definitely red pill, 100%. Now I do see.
I'm confident I could go back and get all
Yeah.
the things I want
Yeah.
and miss out on
So
some
you're saying
heartache.
that you don't want the things you have now.
No,
You would rather have
no,
other
I'm
things.
saying I would go back and get the things that I want.
You are
that I have.
giving up what you have now for the opportunity to get something different.
for the people that I want, like that I have now.
Sean, I
don't-
don't think
you
you
won't
would
have
be
the
as
people.
empathetic of a person. Sean, if you don't know, is one of the most empathetic, kind
But
human beings. He loves so well and he loves so deeply. And I think if you went back and destroyed those heartaches and just dumped them completely, you would just not. You would
But
be a
wouldn't you-
booty. You would
but
not
you
be nice.
I
But you
thank
have
you
the-
for the compliments. Wouldn't
You would
I?
never meet
but
somebody
like,
wouldn't
keep
I?
feeding it.
That's
Why-
not.
You don't know
How do you
that.
know? But
No, but
because-
look. Hold up.
You would have to go through every single step of your life.
It doesn't say that's not.
No, it
It can't.
says okay. What is the?
It
What's
says
the exact
restart.
verbiage?
It says restart.
Yeah.
So essentially, you go back to your 6-year-old self
Restart
in
your
order
life
to get
at 6 years of
get to
age
where
with
you are
all the
today.
knowledge.
with all the knowledge.
What if you get in a
Yeah.
wreck? What if you get in a wreck
Bro,
and you're paralyzed?
It's with all the knowledge.
Yeah, but what? That doesn't mean that you can't get hurt.
No, but
It says knowledge, not wisdom.
I already got hurt. I got hit by a car when I was 6.
But knowledge is wisdom.
My point is though, if
it's
you
not.
know,
Yeah, tomato.
if you know what choices
Very debatable.
led to what result.
There's no possible way that you can know every single decision you made. Because it could be like, okay, you ask like
For
somebody.
me, it was literally I responded to a MySpace message and I taught my wife how to type.
Okay, well that.
Mine was literally a Facebook message.
Okay.
Let's go. Hold on, Grant. What are you?
So I was like, I was Bumble.
I'm with Kyle.
Really?
Would be the video editors.
Marketing guys.
I think it. Philosophically, I think
Grant's like, write down the time that Sean was an idiot.
I mean, I like the mistakes. I don't enjoy that I've made the mistakes, but I like the mistakes and the mistakes I've made and who they've made me and the wisdom I've gained from it and the character I've gained from it. And I know it says knowledge. I just don't think that means all the experiences and all the feelings associated.
it will change you. Yeah,
But it says
you'll be
all
a different
knowledge.
person.
So,
So
to
it
me,
doesn't-
like
All
all,
the knowledge.
knowledge is like,
Everything
this
you've
is
gone
every
through.
experience I've gone through. This is every interaction I've had.
But
This
it's
is
kind-
everything I've
but
done.
it's kind of hard.
Perfect
I
memory.
think that's debatable.
got a pretty
Like to
damn
me,
good one,
I'd be
though.
like, oh, that could just be all the skills and things I know,
Yeah,
minus the life stuff. I'm also perfectly content with who I am.
I'm content with who I am too. I'm just saying,
I
if I
know.
could go back and get 26 more years and make the decisions to get to the things that I like, to get back to the things that I love and want in my life, and then also skip out, the years where my family was eating eggs that the chickens in our backyards laid
Yeah.
and rice because that's all we had, or
That built you.
But that is such
that
a
build
testimony.
resilience. Like people that go through hard things become like. And
but everybody
successfully
goes
go-
through hard things.
But
Some people harder than others.
But it also, for some people, it also, like, I lose sleep at night sometimes thinking about ever going back to that point. So I get anxiety from time to time thinking about the shit that I've gone through.
It fuels you.
Sometimes you lose sleep.
Correct.
Well, losing sleep doesn't mean that it's a bad
But
thing.
you still have you still have cycles in your life. So if I knew that I didn't have to go through those things, so yes, it definitely built me. But the knowledge I have from going through those things allows me to eliminate going through those again, because I'm going to go through new struggles in that 6-year-old life. I'm going to learn on top of what I've already learned for 35 years. Right? So I'm accumulating more knowledge. For me, I had a really rough 12 years. And it was all my own decision. And I'm telling you, in those 12 years, did not build me at all. There was nothing
Not
built
within the 12. No.
in those. Correct. In those. So I literally wasted 12 years of my life.
See, I don't think that's a waste.
I absolutely, if I look at those 12 years, I did nothing with my life. I was an absolute loser in that time.
What do you think that fuels
that's my
you?
thought
Does
on
that
myself.
does that
So,
today fuel you to
No.
be a more productive person?
Nope.
So are these decisions
It
based
does
off
not.
of?
What fuels me right now to be a better person is I'm a different person.
Right.
That's
but
it.
you wouldn't be different if you never went through that.
Yeah.
No, so those 10 years didn't lead me up to my.
Okay, Brett.
Those 10 years did not define and was the reason I went through the hardship I went through. Those 10 years were literally work at a restaurant and party every night. Work at a restaurant, party every night. That didn't lead me to my deepest time. Those were literally just 12 years wasted of my life.
So I'm curious,
So is
the
this-
religions that believe that you come back after death,
Yeah.
do they believe you come back with the knowledge of the previous life?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Reincarnation.
Just
I don't-
start
I don't
over
think so. I
at
think you just
zero?
start over. Yeah. Well, no, you
don't have the
ideally,
memories and
if you,
stuff?
No, if you live a better life. So in Buddhism, I apologize if I'm getting this wrong. My understanding is that there's hierarchies of like the type of person you become before
Got
you
you.
reach.
Okay.
What's it called? Oh, it's not karma. It's like essentially heaven in
Gotcha.
Buddhism. Yeah. So you essentially go up in the hierarchy of living sentient beings.
I guess I just look at it and go, if I could go back with all the knowledge, as it states, then I would have all the experiences, all the knowledge, all the opportunity to make the same bad choices, truthfully.
but if you'd make the same choices,
You'd get the same result.
you'd
Yeah.
be where you are today.
So
There you
Just got to do
go.
it for 26 more years.
So why do it? Why not just take the 10 million now?
Why not? Because then you've got different knowledge that you could apply
If
to
you did
different
everything
elements.
the same, though.
No, but what if you did everything in the same in certain aspects of life, but then in like the business aspect of life, you took the knowledge that you had and
So
applied it
hypothetically,
earlier.
okay, let's just say
right?
that hypothetically.
Yeah.
So if you
Okay.
had actually made those choices in your life, and not in the second life, but in your life today, if you had made those changes in the first place, you wouldn't be sitting at this table right here, right now.
yeah.
There's
No.
no way to say that you'd be in the same spot. Like everything would change.
If you made those earlier, I would still be in high school.
So again, hypothetically, everything changes. We don't know.
No,
are
I
y'all
think we
saying
don't.
these
I think
decisions
we
are
don't.
based off of
100%
growth
everything
or
changes.
regret? Like a lot of, I've heard it from two different points. Some of the part you said, it sounded like it was out of regret, but some of, I don't know. Why do y'all think y'all are picking that? Growth or regret?
I'm
Wanting
picking
growth,
it
wanting regret.
because when I was like younger, I don't know if this is the sole reason, but when I was younger, one of my objectives was to get to this one point in life so that when my kids were still little, I could they could live this life that I've envisioned for them, and not, you know what I mean? You know, what
But
I'm
you
saying?
want to do that
Like,
because
the memories, right?
you didn't want them to experience the same things you did. right?
Yeah,
But what if you never experienced those?
But we did.
but we did.
Yeah.
So then we
I think
did
we're
it.
just going to keep looping
Yeah,
because I
yeah,
think
yeah.
the
Yeah.
thing with
Well,
this
of
is
course, it's
we're split on it.
a debate for sure.
It is a debate for sure. And I think it's one of those that it's hard for me to decide because I am 24. So, it's been 18 years. I don't have kiddos. So it's one of those that if I went back, there's not a whole lot.
Well, there's not a whole lot
I
for
would
you
change.
to go back. Yeah. I would go back because like I missed out on the last 7 years of my kid's childhood because I was too busy building what I'm building, going through the heartache of going through it. So for me, I'm like, well, hell, if I could go back and I could make the same decisions that get me to my kids, but I
or
have
you make the better decision in that moment,
or whatever.
Yeah.
But to get back to my kids, and then I could have the knowledge that would allow me to spend more time with them when they were little.
Yeah.
Instead of this morning sitting on the couch and watching a little video from 6 years ago pop up and going, damn, I can't believe that's already 6 years ago. And I missed out on all those memories because I was too busy trying to build something that I could have skipped the heartache, skipped the missed memories, and still gotten everything that I want in our life. Ultimately.
or not, or more.
Or
You never
more.
know. Yeah, or less. You never know too. It's that chance you take, right? Like,
And that's just what I wanted to hear is like, where was that want of change rooted in? And so my next one is not going to be as deep as the red pill, blue pill.
but I want to answer your regret versus
do?
growth. So
Okay.
a little bit is regret, right? In that 12 years I wasted. So if I was able to go back with the knowledge I have now and eliminate all of those wasted 12 years, at 35 I'd be at a completely different place.
He wouldn't be at this table. That's fine though.
Yeah, 100%. But I
Doesn't
love it
ask
here.
for every seat.
Right? So knowing the route that I have taken, those 12 years, I don't know if I would do so from age 26 till now, I don't know if I would make different decisions in those aspects if those were to essentially come up again, right? But those 12 years would absolutely be done differently with the knowledge I have on how much time I wasted in there of my life that I didn't. I mean, I had a great time. Don't get me wrong. Like, it wasn't.
Like,
It
what
wasn't
if there
the
was an
experiences.
imprint?
It wasn't the experiences that I was.
What age was
actually
this for you, Brett?
18 to about 26.
So
So that's not even 12 years. Well, high school a little bit. So I mean, keep going in there, but mainly whatever that math is, mainly 18 to about 25, 26.
8 years.
okay,
8 years.
because I was about to say, but it wouldn't apply to you. I was about to say, would you rather go back 6 years or back to the age of 6? Because it sounds like for you, it's like if you could get the last 6 years back with the knowledge you have now.
The problem
I'd
is
still go back 6 years too.
Yeah, like 6
Absolutely.
years backwards.
Yeah.
I'd rather live
I
6 years longer.
Yeah, for me
Really?
though, like
I'd rather tack that
'Cause
like
I
that
wouldn't
20
I
years
would
or whatever.
not
put it
I
up,
would
yeah.
not have been able to build what I've built without that sacrifice of that time. So 6 years for me, like, yeah, I would go back and I'm sure there are things that I would do differently, but I would,
Even with the knowledge you have now.
yeah. I
You
mean,
don't think-
maybe like it might have sped it up a little bit, but it's such a short span of time that I
Yeah.
don't think it would have impacted it that
So
much.
this is kind of my thing is I think it is easier for us to see in smaller increments of time. Like you can look back and say, okay, maybe 6 years ago I wouldn't have changed anything, but maybe at the age of 6 I would for the
There's
20-something
see,
years.
yeah,
So
minimal
it's hard
6
to-
It's a philosophical
6
difference.
years.
It
There,
is.
6 years. There's minimal things that there are things I would change, knowing what I know now and the outcomes that have happened.
yeah.
But this goes to your thing. 6 years, I'm still with my wife.
You're like, I would have signed that contract a little bit differently.
100% facts. So there are things that have led up to this, not led up to this point, but that I would definitely go back and be like this, and this I would do completely different. But it's not gonna. It would make a big difference, but not a drastic difference like 6 years. 6 years old would. 6 years old, knowing what I know now at 35 and at 6,
It's just
would,
hard.
Would
That's what I'm
completely
saying.
change the outcome of how I lived life.
I just think it's hard because for you, that's what, 28 years. It's hard to look at 28 years and be like, oh yeah, I would do all these things in these 28 years because we are human and we fail and we just mess things up. But it's easier
Pausing
to
on
look
our
back.
answer will, sorry. Just pausing on a response to somebody will completely change your trajectory and your relationship with that person if you don't execute perfectly.
Exactly.
I love to pause. It's my favorite.
Well, I'm saying if you,
But like there are things that I would like going back, I would have enjoyed time with my grandparents more.
Yeah.
Or
See, I'm
like
I
little
think
things like that.
those-
I'm lucky.
yeah,
I still have both
obviously.
sets of grandparents, right? Like,
I see. For me, not even a second. Like when that question was answered, I didn't even have to.
I didn't think much about it.
It
But
was
what-
like
Me
I
neither.
philosophically.
But, ironically, I didn't think either. I was just like,
yeah,
rad.
me too.
So for me with the blue pill, I've told I had some hard parts in my childhood. It wasn't easy. I mean, I was a middle class kid, suburban kid, so it wasn't terrible. But there are certain things that like there's a lot of pain in your childhood. Everyone has that source of pain that came from their childhood, who forms them into who they are today. That's psychologically true. The who you are today is usually caused by pain from your mother or your father, whether that be like the struggle that you end up dealing with later on in life. But everyone has that. Doesn't matter if you repeat it, you're going to have a new pain if you repeat it. There's going to be something. People are going to let you down in some way. And for me, looking back on it, like I regret 0 things in my life. 0 things. I have learned from all of those things. And I think the only way you regret those things if you don't learn from them. So when I look back on would I change anything, I wouldn't change anything. I'd keep the pain because the pain is what motivates me. The pain is like knowing like that was couch surfing or living out of my car for a while. I had enough, I could eat from the dollar menu. Like I could have $1 a day for food. I don't ever want to go back to that. It's that memory of knowing that. And then like $10 million today I'd live a great life the rest of my life for $10 million. Today.
I don't regret. To be fair, I do regret missing out on a lot of my kids' childhood.
Yeah.
That's a true regret. Everything else, I don't think I regret. But honestly, those hard times, if there's one thing that I could go back and do different, I would have enjoyed them more.
The hard times.
I would have enjoyed high school more because I rushed out of high school.
Yo, me too.
I was like, I don't want this. I want to go live. I want to be a businessman, right? But then when it comes to like the hard times, I think the greatest memories are made in the hardest times.
Yeah, for sure.
By far. Because you get to a point where everything's just so cush and easy. And easy is always relative. But
Right.
at the end of the day, like, truthfully, some of the absolute greatest memories I have are the times that we were eating rice and chicken eggs from the chickens in
You
the
bond
backyard.
with the people. Like it's just like
It's
we have
all
nothing
it is.
else.
That's all you have.
It's just us. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah.
And I, yeah, that's it. Anyway,
love
what
it.
was your next question?
but
Yeah.
oh, go ahead.
If
No.
you want to
No.
continue on this topic,
I only got 6 minutes, so let's
yeah,
go.
Okay.
it'll be 26 when
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
done.
I want to go with, since we're talking about going back, just your dream job as a kiddo. What you thought would be your dream job then, but versus now, kind of what that looks like. Are you in your dream job, or are you working towards your dream
Are we
job?
answering
Sean
this
would be
in
a
front of
pilot.
Sean?
was this?
Yeah, we did this in front of Sean right now.
Sean would be a pilot.
I think
No,
the cool
no,
part
I was
is
Major League Baseball player.
Oh,
Really?
I want to be a pitcher.
That was
and now
my-
I'm fat.
I didn't know that. Me too.
Really?
Yep.
Nice.
I was a pretty good pitcher too.
That was pretty good.
I was
too.
just a little short. I didn't have the length like the
Do you have to be tall to be a pitcher?
most of them are
Really?
because
Oh.
it's a little easier to throw harder.
Gotcha.
No, you don't have to be, but it's a
Sounds
lot
like you
easier
don't
to
have to
throw
be
harder.
on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my like childhood dream.
Yeah.
When I was 2, I remember telling my mom, "Mommy, when I grow up and I play baseball for the Atlanta Braves, I'm gonna buy you a pink Cadillac."
That's
She
awesome.
could just
That's
join
really
Mary
cool.
Kay.
Man, I was gonna say Mary Kay.
Yeah, yeah. That was my like
Really?
being an MLB pitcher. Yep.
I don't.
It
and
was,
then pilot was
so.
my
But
number
again,
2.
that's the knowledge, like things like that. The knowledge we talk about with the red pill, blue pill. That's one of the things I could go back and I didn't. I
Didn't take it seriously.
Correct.
Didn't work hard.
Yep.
Didn't go to the gym.
100%.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
Got burned out because you
Yep.
lost your vision. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, straight up.
One thing I would go back and I wouldn't have played football. I would have stuck to baseball only.
Yeah, that makes sense.
My mom wouldn't let me play football.
Miller wasn't allowed to play until, I think their dad didn't let him play till 7th or 8th grade.
Eighth
Because
grade-
you got to
eighth grade
think
for me.
6th through 8th graders playing each other. There's a big difference in an 11, 12-year-old versus like a 14, 15-year-old.
Getting crushed.
Honestly, snap
There's
your
also a
little
big difference
back.
between a 14-year-old and 18-year-old.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I
I
think
got hit by
that's-
18-year-olds as a 15-year-old. That difference is huge.
Yeah. That was just because he got picked on in the cafeteria, though.
In football.
All right, Kyle, what about you? What was kind of your dream job as a kid?
Man,
Video editor.
I don't think I had one. I don't think I still
There
don't.
had to be something that you're like
I had things that I
that
enjoyed
you looked
doing.
up to, right? Like
There were things that I enjoyed doing. I mean, I had so many different interests. Like even as a kid, and this is stuff that my mom helped me remember when I was transitioning out of my career, I loved writing stories. I have like copies of my teachers would like publish my books. I was a published poet when I was in high school.
He didn't know it though.
Yes. That was good. That was good. That got me. And then I made videos. I was always really, really creative as a kid. So I just, as long as I'm able to, like whatever it is, as long as I can have creativity in it, I'm not particularly partial to. I never really had a job that I wanted. I mean, the typical like. I wanted to save people, so like firefighter was one.
I knew that. For some reason,
could see that.
I was like, I could see Kyle like in a firefighter outfit on a calendar.
I could see him being one now.
I really
his wife.
So when you talked about how you went to the recruiter for the Coast Guard,
the
right?
Air Force.
Air Force.
Yep.
So I did the same thing. I did Coast Guard and looked at firefighting, and that was like, okay. I talked to the Coast Guard recruiter. I talked to a couple firefighters, and I was like, okay, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
And
I was going air traffic control. Yep.
I know this may come as a shock to you guys, but I wanted to be a news anchor. I wanted to be on the Today Show. That was me.
Oh, that's cool.
I would like sit in front of it and just be like live in Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza. This is Today on NBC. I knew the whole thing.
In front of your vanity, like your makeup vanity at home?
I would sit in my parents' bedroom on the floor, looking up, just staring at the TV. Little Katie Couric on the screen.
Still do, don't you?
Oh, I do not really watch the news anymore.
It's more.
Here's the thing. I went to school.
We're too smart to watch the news at this place.
Yeah.
I spent my 3.5 years for my undergrad studying multimedia journalism, and I still loved it. Like, I love editing. I love going out, getting my own story, asking the questions, doing all of that. I just did not like what it would look like to be just an anchor or any of that. I don't think I'd mind really being an anchor, really. I think it was more being a reporter. I don't know. It's tough for me. I didn't like hard news. I was always the person that was doing fun evergreen stories in class, and so I think that I still followed that, and I still have a passion for media, but that was kind of my thing. So now that we know kind of what we wanted as a kid, where are we now? We'll start with Brett, because Brett's got to head out, so... Toss it to us, Brett.
Well, he's not tossing baseballs.
Definitely not.
Took a little curveball.
What's your dream job? What do you want to be when you grow up?
Dream job?
And
Mr. Retired simpliHOM,
Isn't that the question?
What's yours?
I want to be done by the age of 40. What is the dream job? What? Oh, Siri. It's my watch. What is my dream job now?
Yeah, like, are you moving towards your dream job? Are you in your dream job?
Yeah, so I love the business aspect of things, right? I love running businesses.
We'll be conducting interviews after this.
Yeah, right. Building businesses. And so for me, I am in here and with my own, I am doing what I truly love. It took me a while to figure that out. But for me, I love leading, love helping, love saving people sometimes. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I mean, coaching, that's kind of what you're doing, right?
So I would say in all aspects of work, business, everything, I wouldn't say this is what I dreamed of when I was growing up, but I am in a position that I love doing what I love, for sure.
I love it.
Yeah.
Good answer.
What about you, Mr. Pitcher over here? We're going to throw another curveball over to Sean.
Oh, ayo.
I mean, I'm still basically a pitcher.
Sean's like, I haven't given up on my dream yet.
No, I mean, ultimately, the game doesn't move unless I move. So,
yeah,
in that respect, I'm kind of there. Ultimately, no, I had no desire as a child to grow up and be in the real estate industry. That was never anything for me. When I was in high school, I actually wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to be a neurosurgeon. So I was like, I would literally go home and read like the Grey's Anatomy, like the actual Grey's Anatomy, not the TV show thing, but the actual Grey's Anatomy book with all the anatomical breakdowns of the body and everything. I was a total nerd. And so I kind of wanted to go that direction. And then I kind of wanted to go dentist. And then I kind of wanted to go law school. And then I realized that ultimately my core being, I've always just been an entrepreneur. Like that's always been my favorite thing. I've always liked to create things and be innovative and make a better way and so on. And so from that respect, yes. Long term, I don't know. I mean, I think I'm a serial entrepreneur. I think I'm always going to want to create something new and exciting and fun. And I think that's one of the things that I love and appreciate about the group here is because everybody has that in them here. And so it's like, no matter what company it is, we could take this same core group and go build anything we wanted. And that excites me. But no, I'm not living my like childhood dream, quote unquote.
Yeah, I don't think any of us are.
Yeah. Okay. Love you too, Swan.
That's not even a bad thing. Honestly, there was a time in my life that I thought I was going to go to the Olympics.
Yeah, well, you could have.
That would have been a lot.
That would have been a lot. There's a lot going on with the Olympic gymnasts right now.
Okay, bye.
Yeah. Good thing we moved away from that.
It's locked.
All right, Brett is now leaving us, so if you hear less commentary from Brett, that is why.
Lucky listener. Lucky listener.
Oh,
Let's hear from you, Kyle.
So wait, am I in my dream job now?
What your dream job is now, what it's developed, are you working towards it, or are you
I think back in 2006, bringing it back, I read the book called 4-Hour Workweek. I've mentioned it a lot of times in the podcast.
Favorite.
It's my favorite. It was the book that and Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Basically, he loves to not work.
I like being effective. It's always been my goal. It's never been, for me, it's not about the job necessarily. It's about the lifestyle that the job creates. Mm-hmm. So I am obviously partial to work that allows me to have the freedom to be creative. There's agency in what I do. It's fulfilling. So as long as the work is fulfilling, I have agency, and I feel like I'm making some sort of impact. Like there's a direct relationship between the amount of work I put in and the output. Mm-hmm. That's fulfilling work to me. Yeah. And whether that's with the VR company, that was really nice. I was able to try. But even here, I've told Sean, I've told you this many times. One, it doesn't feel like a job, which is awesome.
That's true.
Two, I feel like I'm making a difference and I'm able to be creative. You said creative and innovative. My tagline for my VR company is creative innovation. I like doing both those things. I love tech. I love being creative. So I'm kind of in my dream job scenario right now. Mm-hmm. As long as I have the freedom, I love spending time with my family. I love being outdoors. I love traveling. So as long as I have the freedom to do those things, I'm living the life that I've wanted to live.
Yeah.
So I'm work agnostic, but very fortunate that I am currently in a position where all of those needs are being met and more.
Yeah.
So there's growth, it's fulfilling work, and that's something that's really cool.
My first real estate team name was Team Invisto. It was me and Jessica Reynolds and Enrique. No, just me and Jessica. Sorry.
That was
and it was innovation and vision together. That's what it meant. Yeah.
Nice.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, as a kid, I think like the creativity aspect was something I really craved, and I think I still get to do that. I got my second degree, so I got my master's in business. And so I think I find something interesting about, like I always found interest in like management and the marketing aspect. I just love being around people. I love talking to people. And I've always wanted to be someone who knows just a lot of different skills.
Nailed it.
I love learning. I love learning new skills. I remember in high school, my broadcasting teacher, who I loved, he was someone I considered a jack of all trades. He could just, there were so many little things he knew about. He just knew a ton of things, and I wanted to be a jack of all trades. And I feel like I'm starting to get there. Just, I don't know. I'm just curious. And so I think I'm like you, Kyle. My dream job is what's fulfilling, what gives me time to be with my family, what gives me time to be with people and love on people and love well. So it kind of sounds like we're all kind of somewhat in a dream job, and I think that dream job comes with contentment and being content and joyful in where we're at. We're going to have to wrap up the podcast. It was really fun getting to hang out with you guys. Thanks for listening this far if
Red
you
pill.
listen to us yelling. But
Blue pill,
yeah,
blue pill.
check
Vote.
us out. Subscribe, like, do all the things.
Blue,
We'll see y'all next week.
Red, blue.
Hey guys, it's Swy. Thank you for joining us this week, and we really hope you got some useful information and we made your day a little bit better. If you're interested in joining the movement of realtors getting their time and life back, check us out at joinsimpliHOM.com on the browser, at simpliHOM on socials, or in the description. See you next week.